On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Right? We're going to place at the forefront, and we always going to reference their relationships as an example. And it's going to become our norm. It becomes the norm, and it's absolutely one of the worst things for us. But we'll celebrate it. We'll embrace it. We'll embrace how much money they have, but we won't talk about all of the other things that factor into why you and us as individuals that will probably overwhelmingly never become billionaires realistically, right? We'll model our lives after this, and it'll just become a combustion of trash all the way across the board. And in reality, he never should have got with her in the first place, ever. He should have never, ever.
I agree.
And you know who's going to suffer the most? The kids.
Yes.
The kids are going to be residual effects of what it is that they jumped into.
Kayla, what is that other K of that girl, the Jenna girl? Who is Kylie's sister?
Kendall.
There we go. Kayla, last question. Last question. I promise. I'm gonna pipe down, JR. Who's the bigger pimp, Matthew Knowles or Kris Jenner?
Oh, Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner, man, what?
Kris Jenner, because Kris Jenner got two daughters that are billionaires, and Matthew Knowles only got one.
Right. She done turned a husband into a woman, married
Solange,
a man.
Solange is nowhere close to being near a billionaire. And Beyonce is literally the only, Kris, well, I guess because Kris had more kids than Matthew. So you think that Matthew could have did that if he had like a bunch more daughters? Possible. And all the girls in Destiny Child could have been his daughters. If that was the case, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like if he actually had 4 daughters, like Kris has 4 daughters. So
well, he got those side babies.
He does. I wonder what he's gonna do with those.
Y'all being messy.
Got them side babies.
The Real Housewives of Lapeef.
All right, so if I'm understanding Kayla, and I think a couple other people might have said, it's not about the happiness. If you got the kids, they should stick together, regardless if they're happy or not, for the sake of the kids. And then once the kids are grown, then do they depart?
I think that's a more responsible thing to do.
What are your thoughts?
Y'all downsizing anyway. My dad just downsized. Like everybody gone. What do we?
Hey Anton, I want to get your thoughts about it.
He should have never been with her in the first place, bro. That's
So we're not gonna talk about the actual issue at hand. We're gonna go shoulda, woulda, coulda 10 years ago.
I'm sorry, was it your question?
I want to know how you really feel about the actual.
I'm about to say it. He should have never been with her in the first place. So the whole idea is he should have chose better. But he lusted after her, and he always admitted that he always was chasing after her. But it wasn't because she was dope or anything that you can build a solid foundation on. It was all based off of these superficial things that was never going to last in the first place. I mean, who couldn't predict that they wasn't going to be able to last and actually be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like sustain. Did you really think that Kim and Kanye was going to be together forever? Like for real, that was toxicity at its finest. She's toxic clearly, because if you can't stay married 3 times in a row, that's an issue. He toxic because, first of all, he don't have no big homies holding him accountable and saying, fam, what is you doing out here putting all your business on social media? Why is you sending a bed of flowers? What is you doing drawings of them and putting it up, talking about scratching Pete Davis's face out on stick figures like you in elementary school and stuff like that? Like, and this is the problem. Like, you got people that aren't whole looking to come together, and then it just creates a more toxic situation. And now he's just a toxic dude with money, and she a toxic chick with money. And that's the whole situation. So no, I don't think that they necessarily have to be together. I don't think that they should be together. I think that it just creates more chaos and confusion. And more importantly, it influences the population at large to be distracted because they think that money is the end all be all, but money just makes you more of what you already are. So we celebrating them and we talking about them so much, but we don't really even understand that these people are influencing how it is that we live our lives, because we think that they're the standard, and they absolutely are not. They are not the standard at all. They are 2 trash people that came together and they need help. They probably needed to take some time apart. He jumping from chick to chick now in order to try to make himself feel better. She jumping right into relationships, talking about I'm focused on myself, and it's all BS. It's all absolutely BS. And this is the thing that I'm talking about because, again, we embrace the worst things for us and we celebrate it. That's my thoughts on it.
What you got on the Rilla? You're on mute, sir.
Oh, I just asked a lot of questions. I thought I spoke on this already. No, I don't.
You might have did.
Yeah, well, let me say it. I don't fault dude for wanting his. I don't fault no man for wanting their family back. I agree with Anton. I don't think he should have got with it in the first place, but I'm on record as saying that. And I think if Dr. Donda West was here, that union wouldn't have never happened. But with that said, you know, I don't fault dude, and nor am I can't look at what's happening right now and not include the Hollywood element of it and the Kardashian element of it. So all of it's fishy to me. So whatever.
I mean, think about it though, Rilla. Would you define their children as a success if they wind up turning out to be just like the Kylie and the other one, the other daughter, the other one? Would you consider their children success if they grow up to be like that?
Kylie and what's the other cat? You talking about the model chick?
Yeah.
Jenners.
Yeah. I wouldn't say so.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I look at Kylie, and I'm not thinking about their career stuff, bro. I'm actually, it's funny because when I had these conversations with my girl now, I'm thinking about Kylie with this baby with what's the dude's name? Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him, I'm like, but dang, they're not married though. Like even this whole thing with Rihanna and ASAP, I'm like, but she's not married to him.
And these are the people that we gonna place at the forefront, right? We're gonna place at the forefront, and we always gonna reference their relationships as an example, and it's gonna become our norm. It becomes the norm, and it's absolutely one of the worst things for us. But we'll celebrate it, we'll embrace it, we'll embrace how much money they have, but we won't talk about all of the other things that factor into why you and us as individuals that will probably overwhelmingly never become billionaires realistically, right? We'll model our lives after this, and it'll just become a combustion of trash all the way across the board. And in reality, he never should have got with her in the first place, ever. He should have never, ever.
I agree.
And you know who's going to suffer the most? The kids.
Yes.
The kids are going to be residual effects of what it is that they jumped into.
Kayla, what is that other K of that girl, the Jenner girl? Who is Kylie's sister?
Kendall.
Kendall. There we go.
Yeah.